Good morning, almost afternoon right now. I am Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise. I am your victory coach and the founder of Wise Wives Build. And I want to welcome you into Momentum Monday. We're a little late coming out today, but guess what? It's still Monday all day. So even though we did not start very early in the morning, we are still here before noon. So you still have time to make this a marvelous Monday. And so what I do is I come out here on Mondays and I give you a boost. I give you encouragement. I give you that little shot that you're going to need, especially after we just lost that hour, right? Do you want anybody like me? I want my hour back that we have just come into where yesterday we lost that hour. I want my hour back, y'all. But anyway, we are here nonetheless for another Momentum Monday where I want you to start this week strong and end even stronger. Okay. And so, what we are going to talk about today, last week, I have been, so this is day 40 of my 40-day journey of no sugar. As well as I have been doing oh, I don't know what it's called, y'all, but it's more than a class, okay? But God asked me for the first half, the first quarter of this year. And as I was giving him the first quarter of this year, I partnered with my mentor, Apostle Kimberly Jones. And one of the lessons that we had to do on last week as it pertains to as identifying our purpose is we had to ask people what they saw in us. And as we begin to really dive into that and people begin to send me, I'm a waterhead, I'm a big baby, right? So as people began to send me their responses, I began to cry because there's a lot of times where I did not have this word right here, a healthy self image. So what people saw in me was very different from what I saw in myself, right? And so as we begin to as entrepreneurs, as wives, as women, as men, just as people, we've got to have a healthy self-image of how we see ourselves, right? And so as I began to, there was some things that there was nothing really that surprised me. Sometimes it was more of the surprise was that people I just met still saw what people I knew in years past saw, right? And so they were using the same verbiage, the same words, everything to describe me. And I'm like, these people just met me. Like my accountability partner, she's only known me now for maybe, we've only known each other for 21, maybe about 35 days. And what she said just kind of floored me a little bit because she was so accurate. And that's how I knew I wasn't, I'm with the right people doing the right things, right? But here's the thing as well, I had to come into agreement with what was being said, right? I had to accept it. And I promised myself this time that when we did this isn't the first time I've done it. But when we did it this time, I said, God, I'm going to listen and I'm going to receive. I'm not going to minimize anything because so often um we go into things saying I'm not gonna, because I mean, look, she told us don't ask negative Nancy, right? Because we're so used to people saying negative things about us that we can't receive the positive things that people have to say about us, right? And in this year, you're gonna have to believe those things, and you're gonna have to believe them within yourself, right? And so let's go to Matthew 16. Matthew 16 and 13, it says, when Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? Right? So Jesus says, who do they say that I am? They said, some of them said you a prophet, some of them said you John the Baptist, some of them said, they were like, they said, them people said, right? And so he was like, so he went on to say, okay, he said, I got another question for you. He said, but who do you say that I am? And we know the story that Peter stood up and said, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God, right? And he said, upon this rock, that revelation, he said, I'm going to build my church. And so as we are going through this year, you're gonna have to know, hey Tamara, thanks for being here, sis. You're gonna have to know who you are, and you're gonna have to be okay with her, right? We're not talking about them. We're not talking about, as I was sitting there and I was listening to and seeing, hey Anita, and I was seeing what all of the people, that sent me my responses of, what do you see in me? It was nothing that God had not already said. Not one person sent me something that was like, whoa, I never thought of that. How about they sent me everything that I have ever ran from? How about they sent me everything that I was like, and as I began to research some of the words, because one of the things God has me doing so that I can have this right here, so that I can have a healthy self-image. Let me tell you one of the things that God has been having me do. God has been having me to do. So if somebody calls me something, I go look that word up, right? So when I go and look up the word, I want to hear the true intention of what that word means, right? So when people look at you and they say you teen too much, I need you to go look up, what does teen too much mean? What does it look like to be? Because one of the things that people were calling me, I've since I've been in ministry, people have called me the quiet storm, right? And I always kind of was like, what does that mean? Because when I looked at a storm, it was always negative. I thought about the destruction that came with it. But when I began to study storms and study things, and I'm going to do something else with that, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, but there are positive things that's a storm. Hurricanes leave positive things, deposits as well. Not just all the havoc and the turmoil, but they also bring some good things with them as well. So when some people are looking at you and they're calling you, like those people that call you, you bougie, you this, you that, you think you better than everybody. No, I don't. But have you ever thought that maybe they're seeing wealth all over you? The wealth that you're supposed to be walking into right now, that they're already seeing it and calling it forth, and you keep saying, no, that's not me. And God is saying, yes, actually it is. Instead of you saying, why are they always coming and asking me for something, instead of embracing, saying, God, you trust me like that? You trust me? I'm just momentum. I want you to have a healthy self image. I want you to embrace all of you. Anita, who is on here with me over here on YouTube. Listen, I'm normally, I sent her a picture of something and I said, you're gonna be proud of me today. And she was like, what? Because it had pink on it. She knows I'm not. She's like, it's pink. Because she is color. She is out there. She's like vibrant. And I'm more of the black and blues and the milder. But can I tell you, in this season, if God say pink, it's gonna be pink. If he say purple, it's gonna be purple. I'm going to show up however God says show up. And to know pink, right? It was hot pink. And so I want you to show up as the authentic version of yourself. When people tell you, because see, here's the thing, people can tell you what they see, people can tell you who you are, positive or negative. The real test is, how do you see yourself? How do you see you? Do you have what we're talking about today? Do you have a healthy self image that when someone doesn't even understand, because here's the thing, a lot of times people talk about, people debunk, people come against what they don't understand. So when people don't understand you, when they don't understand the call of God that is on you, when they don't understand that you're moving, that when you are a disruptor, when you are a trailblazer, when they don't know how to handle you, then guess what? They're going to try to stifle what God is doing in your life. They're going to call you team too much. They're going to tell you think you better than everybody else. They're going to tell you who do you think you are? I am a child of God. I'm all that. I am. And some of y'all need to start looking at people, right? Because you have a healthy self image. And when they call you some of this stuff, say, thank you. Noted. Hey, Dolores, thanks for coming in, sis. Be like, noted. Thank you. You always got to be somewhere. Yeah. Because God says so. Hey, Luana. Because God says so. He ordained me to be in this space. He ordained me to show up the way that I'm showing up. I give you permission today to have a healthy self-image and not to be controlled by what they think, what they gonna say, because you feel like, oh, I'm not where I should be, but you're not where you used to be either. And where you are right now can help somebody else. So I need you to have a healthy self-image. I don't want you to be like, oh, I have arrived and, da 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 da. We're always growing. We're always evolving. We're always going to that next place, right? I am. I have not arrived. I'm today who I was yesterday, who I was Saturday when I did that video, baby. Listen, I am not her. I am a completely different person today than I was 2 days ago. And so if you try to hold me to that revelation of me, you're going to miss it because I'm not her. I'm continuously growing. I'm continuously evolving. I'm continuing to allow God to enhance who I am. I'm continuing to let God just stand up in me and just begin to stretch himself, right? Sometimes we just got to say, Holy Spirit, expand yourself. Just stretch out in me, right? Just take over. And I want to be who God created me to be. And y'all, we are just scratching the surface. I'm not talking about you just loving you, like looking in the mirror going, girl, I love. No, I'm talking about you embracing all of you. You having a healthy self image, you embracing all of you spiritually and naturally. Because some people love what they do in the natural, others love who they are spiritually. But in 2024, all your pieces are coming back together and you're going to be able to love yourself totally. Totality. All right? So that's our time for today. This is just it's Momentum Monday. I want you to start strong. So for some of you today, that is what do you say about you? When you look in the mirror, when you look at what God has put in your hands, are you minimizing it? Are you saying that no, I can't do that? Like why? See, remember I told y'all on Saturday when I stopped asking God, why did you pick me to do that? I started saying, God, now, why did you pick me? What do you see in me that you didn't see in somebody else? What did you put on the inside of me? The Bible says that inside these earthen vessels is hidden treasure. So, what is the hidden treasure that you are trying to bring up and out of me in this season that I have not even tapped into yet? I'm still here, so there's more. I hear destiny calling and I'm answering. So there is more. What I've been doing, how are we enhancing that? How is it growing? How is it enlarging? How is it expanding in this season? Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, AP. How are you? How is it expanding? I just came out of Clubhouse and we were talking about, are you trustworthy? With the little, can God trust you? The little things He's put in your hands, are you being a good steward of that so that He can give you more? And some of you have mastered the little, and now He's trying to, okay, I hear you, Holy Ghost. So, God, you have been good with the little. You've mastered the little bit, right? You've mastered, right? You've mastered what can fit in like this. And God is saying, but there's more. And so now you've got to open up more and more and more. And so now it's more like okay, Lord, you're going to feel me here, right? But some of y'all are still like, no, and you're trying to make it go back to being here. And God is saying, no, that's not what I have for you in this season. You're gonna have to enlarge your tents. That's my word for this year is expansion. So I'm allowing him to enlarge my tents. What does that look like? That means I got to be open to people that I have never seen before. That means I've got to be open to going into rooms that I've never been in before. That means I got to talk to people that I've never talked to before. That means I've got to go to cities I've never been to before. That means I've got to be able to press this go live button and allow it to go where it needs to go. That means I got to be okay with people calling my name. Yeah. So, some of y'all in the world, we had a saying, we did something, and so prophetically, I need you to take it back, right? I understood why you said what you said when you said what you said, right? Keep my name out of your mouth. That's what we said. But baby, let me tell you something. God is putting your name in some people's mouth in this season that they are taking your name places you would normally never get to. So some of y'all need to go back and take that back and say, God, I speak to the winds that my name is going to. And why do I want my name to go into those rooms? Because everywhere I go, he goes with me. Everywhere, because see, they may call for Coach Cassandra, but everywhere Coach Cassandra goes, she takes Jesus with her. Everywhere that I go, the Father goes with me. So yeah, y'all can keep my yes, AP, keep my name in their mouth so that you may be glorified and you may be lifted up. It's not because I want my name to be great. It's because I want him to be glorified. And my only job is to do the will of the Father and to see lives changed, to see lives transformed, to see people showing up as the authentic version of themselves. That's why I do what I do. I'm an introvert. My comfort zone is behind the scenes, out of the spotlight. That's where I want to be. But my obedience to God takes me to places that make me feel uncomfortable. Can God trust you in this season? And I want you to work on this right here. This healthy self-image, how you see you. Because we can go by what other people say. Who do men say that I am? You go to your pastor. Who do you say I am? You go to your bestie. Who do you say that I am? You go to your mom. Who do you say I am? You go to your husband. Who do you say that I am? You go to just strangers. Who do you say that I am? You put up a post on Facebook. Who do you say that I am? But God is asking you today, who do you say that you are? That's what matters. Because some of you have went to God, and when God answers, you be like, "Who, me?" You be like, "Oh, no." You reject the answer. You go to God. Who do you say I am? I've called you to be a mouthpiece for me, not me. Who do you say that I am? I've called you to be an author, not me. Who do you say that I am? I've called you to start this girls' ministry. I've called you to go out and feed those that are less fortunate. I've called you to do this. I've called you to. You are this. You are that. You are daughter. You are loved. You are valued. You are accepted. You are. You are. You are. And you like, not me. Who do you say that you are? So this week, I encourage you, come into agreement with what God says for real and begin to work on that, because I want you to have a healthy self-image. So when you go out here and people start talking negative and they saying you just think you all of that, baby, I'm a king's kid. I am chosen. I'm of a chosen priesthood. I am a lineage of kings and queens. You start telling them who you are. So when they say, start to be like, you know what? I am a little bit of all that. I am. God says you're the apple of his eye. So what do you mean I'm not all that? I am. I'm his favorite. I know we all his favorite, but I'm really his favorite. I'm his favorite. And you can say that too. I'm God's favorite. Who do you say that you are? Okay. All right, y'all. I love y'all. This has been your Momentum Monday. I hope you feel equipped. I hope you feel empowered. I hope you feel encouraged to act. I hope that I have provoked you on today to do the work, because I believe that you can start strong and end even stronger this day, this week, this month, this year. You won't be in the same place that you are right now if you put in the work. All right. I love y'all. Y'all can connect with me. Go over to www.thecassandrawilliams.com. There may be a little dust over there because, listen, we are doing some things. We are moving some stuff around, but it's going to be good. You want to stay connected with me. Listen, y'all know social media went down last week, right? We couldn't get in here. So make sure that you're following me on my website, as well as signing up for my mailing list and things like that, so that you won't miss anything. Because even if we're not on social media, we will still be doing the work of the Father. Okay. So make sure you follow me on www.thecassandrawilliams.com. I am a certified professional life and empowerment coach. And so if you need a one-on-one, you want to talk some things out, you want to hash some things out, you're like, Coach, I don't have a healthy self-image and I need to talk about it. Listen, go on over there and go ahead and schedule you a session. Okay. October 11th and 12th, we have the Great Exchange. All of the information is on that website as well. That is a women's empowerment weekend. Married, single, busy professional women, all women are invited into the room. This year, we're talking about becoming one with ourselves, becoming one with God, and then becoming one um, with your spouse. If you are, if you're married, desire to be married. We're going to cover that relational aspect as well. But it's all about you being empowered, you being the authentic version of yourself. So come hang out with a group full of radical women. It is not church as usual. We coming into the war room to get strategy. All right. So I love you all. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing week this week. And I will see you next Monday for another Momentum Monday. Be blessed, everyone. Bye bye.